Well, hello. Um, well, all right. We're live. Good afternoon. Well, let me just do the whole little spew. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are y'all doing today? We have a show here. A lot of information here today. So, let us go ahead and get started. It's kind of impromptu. I guess people will be joining us as we go ahead with it. But if it's Monday, it's Beyond Babbitt. And this is your host, Brian Anthony, reporting for duty. So how y'all doing today? Well, kind of like I said on the title. Um, you think you'll be around in the next 24 months? Do you think you will survive 24 months? 2 years? Have you ever just thought, like, for instance, like today, like, will I be around in 24 months? Will I be still be alive in 2 years? Now, the reason I asked that question is they plan to hit us with everything but the kitchen sink in the next couple of years, the next 24 months. From their estimates and calculations, there are going to be thousands of people to die between now and then. Just random people. And this is not even those who are enlisted in the military. This is not even those who are enlisted in the military. This is civilians and all, men, women, and children. The population will be culled worldwide. So I've already put some things in some links down below in the description box for you. So let's get into those before we get into some of the other things I wanted to discuss today. So the first one we want to pull up, it's military.com report. Both of these reports are from earlier this year, but I was just doing some digging, trying to fit the pieces together to the puzzle, trying to find some answers. So this particular article is dated April 21st, 2018, and it says uh, goal of 80,000 recruits won't be met, Army Secretary says. So they had a goal this year to recruit. This is just in the Army. 80,000 recruits. It won't be met. And it goes on to say that they're going to, it may be missed by almost 5,000. Um, but I mean, those are estimates. Those are guesstimates. But one thing they're pretty sure about is that those numbers won't be met. Okay, so we're using our military an awful lot these days around the world. We have military. What do we have? Something like 180 military bases around the world. So we have our military spread out all over the world. And then we're going to need them here really soon. We have the caravan invasion coming from the south. And President Trump has threatened to put military troops on the border. And let me stop right quick. Thanks to all my new subscribers, man. They're still coming. Welcome y'all. I'm glad to have y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for spreading the word and sharing. So like, share, subscribe. Appreciate y'all for joining today. And we're going to go ahead and get into the show. There's a lot of, I'm noticing, you know, a lot of the videos that I've been putting out, a lot of people may have doubted it. Other YouTubers, some with much greater channels, much larger channels, but they did the research, and now they sound just like me. They're saying the exact same things. So, I mean, that's kind of comforting in a way, but not so much. I mean, it's comforting to know that other people are also awake and awakening others. That's the beauty of it. But to know that my assessment of how bad things are really looking is actually being shared and can be substantiated by inside sources and media around the world, that's the unfortunate thing. That's what's bad about it. So the next article I loaded down below in the comment box. Let's see what's here. And this one is MOAA. I can't read it. It's too small. What that MOAA stands for. But this article is entitled How the Military Recruits when 70% of Americans How the military recruits when 70% of Americans can't serve. How the military recruits when 70% of Americans cannot serve. And we're not talking about people over the age of 40. You know, we're not talking about retired or disabled people. This article goes on to say, it says, more than 70% of 17 to 24-year-olds are ineligible. Ineligible. Hey, Devil Dog. So, more than 70% of 17 to 24-year-olds are ineligible for military service, according to the DoD data. Nearly a third of those young people, way too much to qualify, criminal records, past drug abuse, and failure to meet educational requirements are other top disqualifiers. So they're saying they don't want to lessen the standards. They don't care about quantity. They want quality. Well, over these next 24 months, we'll see if they're going to keep that. I distinctly had a dream that there was a draft, male and females, and they kept sending them. You know, the deployment area was so big, it was just like, looked like a refugee area. Just thousands of people just waiting to get sent somewhere. Yeah. Well, that may be a blessing in disguise, brother. So, if you think about it, if something jumps off this year, most of our allies are forsaking us. We don't know who's still solid and who's in the hand sleeping with the enemy. We don't know about Saudi Arabia and all the other nations that accompany them, because Saudi Arabia is like the leader of the Arabs, of the Muslims, of the Sunnis, and Iran is the leader of the Shiite Muslims. We already know Iran is dead set against us. They've been our enemy for who knows how long, since the 70s. So of our allies, the European Union has pretty much dumped us. They don't want to have anything to do with us. I think it's only the UK that's still with us, like militarily, and Israel. And then you have a lot of little fledgling companies who, fledgling countries who still think, hey, America can't be touched, and America will never sink. America's the superpower. So of course they hang on. Like the little dog, the little cartoon. Hey, Butch, what are you gonna do today, Butch? Just riding along, coming along for the ride. They're not really planning on doing much fighting. They want us to do all the heavy lifting. But Russia and China are not playing. But we'll get into it. But we don't know how far this thing is staged, who's all in on it, who's really the enemy. I mean, or is there an enemy besides the people, besides the citizens of these countries? Is there another enemy? I mean, the people of like Russia, we're not enemies with the citizens of Russia. See, why are the governments trying to, you know what I mean? All of us gonna have to go through the New World Order. All of us, it's a New World Order. There's no place that's not gonna have to go under this. So what do you think, guys? I mean, have you, the more people you could wake up to get on your side, to get on our side, the better. I mean, it helps guarantee us. Basically, we have to build our own army. We have to build our own because the army of nations is going to be controlled by the army of one. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be controlled by the beast system. And it's going to get to a point to where AI is calling the shots. The generals may all be dead, assassinated, incarcerated. But the war is still going to be waged by AI. So I kind of figured out that at the speed at which the caravan invasion army is coming from the south, at the speed at which the stock market goes up and down, and a couple of weeks away from the elections in November in the U.S., November the 6th, I can't imagine they're all going to converge around that same time. And as the economy crashes and the grid goes down, the AI system is going to take over. The AI system is going to take over. Just like the Terminator movies, just like jobs will be lost. See, the first few strings of events, the years when the jobs were lost, it was basically due to outsourcing. Yes, Devil Dog. Actually, I believe the caravan is going to cause martial law. Either they're going to wait for us to beg for martial law, or they're going to let those people in and cause so much chaos that they cause the martial law. So, just like the Terminator movies, their job is to terminate people. They're going to start with the red list. The red list, blue list, green list is the real thing. They're going to cull the population. They want to singularity. They want everyone to be mixed with something else. Hybrids, like mutants. You're going to be mixed with some type of animal or some type of machine, or maybe both. You may have DNA mixed with fallen angel DNA. Yeah, it's just to destroy, the Father's creation. But they won't succeed. And most people are going to cheer it on because of how it's going to be presented. They're going to be like, this first batch that's coming now, they're going to be like, oh yeah, these are our saviors. These are our creators. They're here to help us. They're going to bring us technology and make everything better, make it easier, and teach us what we didn't know, expose the lies and the stuff that's been changed. And these are the bad guys. The ones that come first are the bad ones. So you notice, look up UBI, Universal Basic Income. It's an idea they've been throwing around for a while, but they're going to implement it when this crash happens, when the civil unrest gets bad. It's a scene that came to mind. It's from Minority Report. What was that, Tom Cruise? Anyway, these little drone spiders walking around. They look for people. They go house to house. They count you. Basically, you're supposed to stay at home with the universal basic income is where governments pay you to stay at home. There's no work you have to do. AI is going to do all the work. You basically stay at home and play video games all day. Do whatever you do all day, but you don't leave the house unless you get permission, and they won't allow you to get permission. And so Tom Cruise was in the movie. I believe that was Tom Cruise, and the little drone things, and they crawl up on you. They got to look in your eyes and get the little signal. They count everybody in the house. Yeah, ID. Okay, to ID you, right? So it's kind of like the mark of the beast. They said the mark of the beast is going to be what, in your right hand or in your forehead. So those things climbed up to your eyes and peeked in. Kind of like also the movie The First Purge. You should see that and listen very closely to the beginning of the movie The First Purge, because it's an economic collapse. It talks about the Dow going down several thousand, 3 days in a row. Civil unrest was starting, jobs was being lost, people were homeless, hungry. They lined up. It was an experiment. See, The First Purge, that movie, it was an experiment going on. That's how the purge got started. And the government was paying people to participate in this test. They said, we'll give you $5,000 just to participate. Mm-hmm. So he said, you can get it and just go home and stay home if you want to. You're going to get your $5,000. And they said, if you want to go out and do more, participate in the purge, then you stand the opportunity to make more. You can make a bigger paycheck. And people was like, wait a minute, we can do this and we're not going to get in trouble? I can go and get my enemy and whatever and nothing going to happen to me? They were like, that's right. They're like, sign me up. And they gave them a chip and some contacts. The chip implant in their arm or hand or whatever, and the contacts to put in their eyes. And with the contacts, they can see what you see. This is how they watched you. They didn't have to use the cameras and the drones. They look straight through them shiny blue contacts that you put in your eyes, and they can see if you killed somebody or whatever you did. They saw it through your eyes like they were experiencing it. Mm-hmm. And they said that the mark of the beast, the people were in line. You had people protesting, no, don't take it, all this stuff. And shoot, them people like, man, we ain't listening to y'all. We're going to get this money. They were lying. They were paying you to take it. It wasn't forced on you. It was a choice. So some people made the choice, and they felt like it was a choice between life and death. So will you survive the next 24 months? So as they take the system down, darkness, chaos, it's order out of chaos. So they bring it up with the keys, small piece at a time. I got something to say about the cell phones too, Devil Dog. That's a good observation. So as the system comes back online, then they give you the universal basic income. You're going to stay at home. Everyone's going to stay at home, and they'll have AI running everything. They're already, Amazon said they're going to, next year, they plan on start to drop packages by drone. Um, Uber and some of the other car companies, like 5 different automakers, car and truck companies, are talking about they're going to have the autonomous vehicles next year. I mean, Uber tried it this year or last year. Anyway, they're saying they don't need humans to drive anymore. They think they've gotten to a point. The infrastructure even supports it, the highways and everything is built for that. So that takes me to something else. What else, you know, is this grid being set up for that they're not really telling us about? Did y'all hear that China, and why I said, it's a reason why I said, do you think you'll survive um, the next 24 months? It's 2 years. Because Agenda 21 is supposed to begin in 2020. It's supposed to be completed. 2 years. Yes, exactly. See, the first wave, we exported the jobs to China, India, the Philippines, Taiwan, stuff like that, to third world nations, um, to where, you know, two of our dollars is like hundreds of their dollars. So it was win-win. But you notice the customer service went down. You called people, they didn't understand the problem. You couldn't understand their English. It caused a lot of problems, but the people that own the factories and all this stuff, they don't care. It's about the bottom line. It's about the dollar. It's about the money. So what's going to happen now that, man, we have over a dozen countries now dumping the U.S. dollar. So what's going to happen when you try to buy something and you reach brand new $100 bills and all crispy, and you try to pay somebody, and they be like, I don't want that. You give me something else. Give me that jewelry. Give me something worth something. They don't want this greenback. They don't want this money. That's what's starting to happen. Countries are starting to say, we don't want this. You can't buy this from us with this. We're not accepting this anymore. The writing is on the wall, guys. And it seems like everybody knows it except us. Shoot 'em. So what else with this 5G stuff, man? They're gonna have, they have nano drones too. So they have the nanobots that's inside of your body. Lord willing, one day we'll get into that. They monitoring everything right now inside of your body. They monitoring your heart rate. They monitoring everything, your blood pressure. Nanobots. They're monitoring how your body heals itself. And so not only that, this is how things have been weaponized, right? Because when the 5G totally comes up, the 5G towers, the smart dust, the nano, they're not going to need armies to come search for people anymore. I mean, only if you're hiding in an area where there's no 5G tower. If you're in a 5G tower, they'll be able to recognize your frequency, your harmonic resonance, your vibration. And if they want to incapacitate you, boop, they'll push a button. You don't have to wear a collar anymore where they have to shock you or anything like that. No, your whole body's a weapon now. And they have control of it. They can use your same brain wave. They can torch it with. Program just sound straight to your mind. And check this out. Have you ever heard of the exploding cell phones? There are cell phones that explode, whether it's in your pocket and maybe even not on the charger. You could be talking on it and they say, oh, if it get hot, it explode. Well, somebody can hack that cell phone and make it heat. And boom! See what I'm saying? Your cell phone is a weapon. It's a bomb you carry with you every day, and you're trusting that phone. Because while it's on your ear, it can explode and take your whole head off. Not only that, the vape pens explode. How many smokers you know be like, oh, I'm quitting smoking cigarettes, I'm quitting smoking cigars, or tobacco, or weed, or whatever, and I'm going with the vape pens. It's safer. It's water. What they say? It's healthy. It's just mist. It's steam. or they explode. So how about when you hitting the button, you getting you a good button, boom, all in your eyes, all in your face. Might take your whole face off. You think they can hack it and program it, or you think it's like an IED? They just push a button, or you think it's just an accident? These things happen. Now here recently, there's been reports that body armor on police with the cameras, the it's been exploding. The cameras and the body armor for the cops have exploded. See how much of this is an accident, and how much of this takes somebody just to get through that firewall, or maybe there's a back door. Right, right. Every car that's older than a 1996, they can hack your car. They can take over your steering. They can take over your gas pedal, your brakes. Who was that? Who was the reporter who his car blew up? He ran into a tree. He couldn't control it. It blew up before he hit the tree. And they said, "Oh, well, he had an accident." And when President O was trying to get Putin, see that car just one came across and hit the limousine. Putin wasn't in that limousine. But yeah, Skynet, man, they can control you. Eagle Eyes. You seen those movies? Man, they can watch you, man. They can control stuff. The grid is here, guys. We're already on the grid. Oh, connected to the Clintons. Speaking of the Clintons, there's supposed to be a docket number for Hillary. As far as this secret investigation, the secret indictments, the 50,000 indictments, she's supposed to have a number now. I mean, so allegedly, George Bush Sr. has one, and Hillary Clinton has one. So they may be getting their day in court soon, military tribunal. What do y'all think about that? So we found out some new information also about Russia's military capabilities. You know, Israel was celebrating that they found out they could beat the S-300s with the F-35 if they put an upgrade package on it. And we're even starting to offer these upgrade packages to other countries that have purchased the F-35. Sell you this package and you can get past the Russian defense, the S-300. Russia made a comment recently. This was reported by True News that Russia not only has the S-200s, the S-300s, and the S-400s. Russia says they have S-500s, S-600s, and S-700s missile defense system. They're claiming their missile defense, surface-to-air missiles, are the best in the world. And they're saying if they wanted to, they can shut the entire world down to where not one plane can take off with the S-700. That got to be that got to be like a Tesla death rate. You know, maybe they're lying. Maybe they're bragging. Maybe they're trying to scare everybody. Yeah, True News. I like True News. So maybe Russia does have that capability. We don't know. You know, they're secretive too, like China and North Korea. But we're gonna see this World War here, World War III. We're gonna see all this space age technology that we didn't know existed, man. It's gonna cause men's hearts to fail for looking at these things which are coming up on the earth. And so, since we were talking about this technology and the 5G grid, China said they're going to launch a fake moon. You heard me. China's going to launch a fake moon by 2020. And what they're saying it's going to do is it's going to illuminate the areas where there are no street lights and stuff like that. But from my understanding, the moon is going to connect to the 5G system. It's going to be a part of the 5G power grid and 5G power supply. You know they have an invention now to where they can beam a charge. For instance, there are different cell phone chargers and things like that. You can beam a charge to your cell phone. You don't have to physically plug it up anymore. You can beam a charge to a lot of electrical devices just by like beaming it from a satellite. And they're saying that's what this moon that China is going to be able to not only emit light, it's going to be able to beam charges of electricity. Oh man, we moving into the Jetsons, baby. We moving into some stuff that only in the movies, only in the cartoons. But they had to have thought about this stuff years ago. I mean, it's here now. It's already here. And it's like in the next 2 years, they're going to catch us up 30 years. We're going to speed up 30 years in the next 2 years. And a lot of people, it's going to go against their religion, their beliefs. Got to be eliminated. Yeah. The time to fight, we already missed the time to fight. The time to stop it, we already missed that time. Right now, the fight is just to be able to stay out of it. And they're going to make that hard. They're going to make that very hard for you. So speaking of that caravan, right? Now we know that I believe Guatemala was one of the places that Pence visited this year, this last spring and summer. And the Guatemalan authorities, in reference to that caravan, they said they caught over 100 ISIS members embedded. Over 100. They're saying, oh, now the caravan is 4,000. Some are saying 7,000. I saw that. I saw that photo. I saw how long that line was, how thick that line was. It's actually rumored to be over 10,000 and still growing. And still growing. Now, here's some food for thought. Where are the migrants taking baths? Because they don't look all dirty, like vagabonds. You know, they don't look like they've been sleeping on the street. You notice a lot of them are wearing white. You see how white their whites are? Oh yeah, them clothes have been washed and dried, and they haven't been sitting on the dirt. You know, there's no stains, no spots on white clothing. You ain't walking no 1,000 miles in that. I guarantee you that. Another source is reporting that the caravan is mainly men, majority men, military aged men. Right. I don't think they're going to stop them at the border. It's a part of the takedown. It's the same thing that they did. The Arab Spring sent everybody to Europe, to Western Europe, and destroyed all those countries, clean all over to Germany. They didn't get into Russia, and so they're taking over. Rape is up. Uh, this year, the murder rate in the UK surpassed the murder rate in New York, and they don't even have guns by stabbings, by knives. Yeah, I mean, so that's what they're going to do here. Bring these people here to burden, to tax our economy, our system, our infrastructure, to test the people, to clash. It gets so bad that they're going to have to call in some peacekeepers. Yeah, we're closer in Texas, but they're not going to stay in Texas. People in Texas are well armed. Oh yeah, if they claim they're not armed, migrants or whatever, y'all better get to somewhere where they don't allow guns. But people in Texas not gonna play with y'all, man. Y'all come trying to shoot. Believe me, people in Texas not going for no foolishness. They'll be nice to you, sweet to you, help you. But the minute you step on some toes, oh, that means war. You don't want to go to war with them. And right. So the caravan, there's a video floating of two guys paying the caravan people, handing out fresh $100 bills. One of the guys has a gun in his waist belt. He doesn't look like law enforcement. He looks like a bandito. And then there's a guy behind him, big muscle bound, muscular guy, like he could be, in the paramilitary. Yeah, he ain't no, you know what I'm saying, skinny dude who's starving or, no, this some type of special forces or private security guy. But they weren't in any uniform or anything like this. But yeah, probably some more of that old Soros bunch. So, guys, to me it seems like this. The caravan is meant to get the Civil War started amongst the citizens and amongst the government. It's to make them Republicans mobilize. Oh no, we're gonna stop, build a wall, vote the red wave. It's to get the Democrats. Oh no, we're gonna let them in. Don't separate the families. But it's all up. They're on the same side. When it really gets to going really hard, they're gonna fade to black. The Democrats and Republicans, they're not gonna be. You're not gonna see them anymore. They're gonna go into their underground bunkers. They're escaping, man. I'm telling you. So the real purge begins November the 7th, the day after the midterm elections. If not November the 7th, I mean, soon after. Definitely before 11/11, 11/11/11/33. I just finally watched another video who had a piece of that John X. Army video that he had taken down. He was saying something about 90 days. Man, it sounded just like me. I'm like, man, I just made a video about that about a month ago or whatever that was. But he was saying the next 90 days. He was like, don't send me any money. Somebody wasn't in the comment section. I was on a live stream, live chat that said, oh, fear porn. He was like, get that guy out of here. Get him out of here. We don't need that. He was like, I don't need donations. I don't need your money. I don't need, basically, he was like, buy food and ammo. He had gotten a tip from somebody high level, very well off, well-to-do person in the know. And they basically challenged him and said, do you want to make money or do you want to save lives? So he said his shows from now on are going to change. No more of just, philosophizing. And is my phone froze? Woo, you see? Can y'all hear me? Let me see. Hello. Hello. Okay, so you can still hear me. I'm on Wi-Fi, guys. 5G. And this same thing happened to John X. Army. Let me turn this off. I was making sure y'all could hear me. The same thing happened to John X. Army when he was telling this story on his channel. The volume, they cut the volume. Mine, they froze the screen. I'm on Wi-Fi, 5G, but I'm completely frozen. And it's 6 o'clock. It's not like peak time. It's not like from noon to 4 or something like that. So I'm just going to keep going. Apparently they've frozen me. I'm back. Well, hello, guys. Okay, so the real purge is coming. I mean, that's all I can say. We don't know. We don't know what all is in store. I watched another video today. More pictures of that moon, and it's more planets. It's not only Nibiru, Planet X. It's a few more bodies out there. Yeah, it's a few more bodies out there that's coming towards Earth. We don't know what all is about to happen. The first thing I need to tell you, get your heart right. Get your soul right with the Lord, with Yah, with Yahshua. Man, because anything else is secondary. Another thing you want to do is know your neighbor, know your neighborhood. Because a lot of people, unscrupulous people, are going to see opportunity here. Even business people are going to see opportunity, and that's good. But, man, it's coming, man. Wow, I didn't realize I've been on here that long. But, yeah, it's coming. There's really not much we could do except be ready for everything. It's like the military right now. So you need to, every day you get up, you need to just be ready. You know, do your exercise, do your research on different subjects and topics, do your mental exercise. You want to, help somebody. If you haven't saw the Book of Eli, you may want to watch that. Mad Max, you may want to watch that. I think there were 3 or 4 different Mad Maxes. But that's the type of scenario it's going to be for a while between now and 2020, the next 24 months, the next 2 years. When you wake up this morning, did you say, will I be around in the next 24 months? Answer your question? Yes, Mike Bennett. Yes, Trump will do martial law. Definitely. I'm thinking martial law, they may make us beg for martial law. It's going to be so bad because if Trump just does it right off the top, it'll look like it's being forced by the government and they'll blame it on Trump. But if they wait till everything collapses and then to restore order, martial law, people have accepted a lot better. The curfew and everything else, whatever they tell you to do, if it's restoring order, they'll do it. Yeah, martial law is coming as well. Basically, man, we're going to have the new world. Everything's changing. All we have is memories now. The old way of doing things, everything's going away. Everything that we knew to be true, everything that we knew, that we thought we knew, nah. Remember, it was President O who did the cash for clunkers. $3,000 he gave you if you had a car that was older than, what was it, 86. Those are all the cars that didn't have the freaking brain, the freaking computer, the ones that wouldn't go down if an EMP hit. Oh, he crushed them. He gave you $3,000 for it, running or not. You remember that deal? Running or not. Bring your clunker in here if it's 86 or older. And now if it's an EMP, all your little pretty Toyotas and Lexus and Benz and whatever, Chevys or Ford, it ain't gonna crank. It ain't gonna go. Yeah. One of them old school, one of them 60s, one of them 70s, mid 80s. Oh, yeah, they'll still get it cranking. 68 Nova. Oh, you good, Mike. You good. Yeah. So, and anybody who has a standard, you know how to start a standard car without a battery, with the battery dead. Just turn the key forward, get it rolling, put it in neutral, and throw on that clutch, throw it in first, and come off that clutch. Right on. But yeah, a lot of us are going to be backpacking, bicycling. Anyway, guys, think about this. Spread the word. You know, we see what everybody's doing around the world. They're already announcing the strange stuff that the stuff that's coming out, the stuff that they're saying they're going to do is so strange sounding. I mean, launching an artificial moon. Come on, what for? But you know, there are some scriptures in the Bible that talk about the sun is going to go out, the moon is not going to give her light. See, maybe people notice that when that planet is by the sun, it turns white. So maybe the the thing is sucking juice from the sun and it's energizing, getting stronger, and it's gonna suck all the power out the sun. Or maybe it's gonna cause the sunlight to blow a fuse or something. Maybe it's heating against it and this thing is heating back and maybe it'll short circuit the sun. I mean, who knows what's going on? Who knows what's going on? But I know one thing, they're not telling us the truth. Whatever they telling us is not right. Yeah. Speaking of that, Devil Dog, John X. Armin mentioned this. He said, 2 months without the trucks delivering food to the stores. He didn't go into detail, but I thought that was interesting. And you know, with this Khashoggi thing, the Saudis said something like, if you sanctioned us, talking to the U.S., if you sanctioned us over this Khashoggi thing, the barrel of oil is going to go anywhere from $200 to $400 a barrel. Woo! With gas at $100 a barrel, I mean, we had what, $4 at the pump? Okay, so you make that $200 a barrel or $400 a barrel. Now you talking about $10 at the pump, $10, $12, $15 for 1 gallon of gas. You ain't going to work for that. No, you're not gonna drive. What if the subways ain't running and stuff? What if you don't even have a subway? Shoot, man. So, message to you, my warning to you. This is gonna start soon. As soon as the next 2 or 3 weeks. D-Day begins November the 7th. And then from that point, you got 24 months of hard, hard labor. Think about it, guys. Anyway, right, right. Yeah, the one thing that the invasion army hadn't planned on was that the American citizens, the American citizenry, are well armed. Men, women, and children are well armed. So it's going to be more of sneak attacks. There was an accident. Where was that accident? Oh, it was in Garland, Texas. There was a Mustang late at night on the highway, 635 is the loop around Dallas. It just parked in the middle lane. Two, they say Mexican immigrants, jumped out and ran. Parked the car in the middle lane. Caused a major accident. Because that's the man, they go 80 miles an hour on that thing. You're not supposed to. Speed limit's like 60, 65. Some places 70. Oh, but that's the Autobahn. And the car in the middle of the night, in the middle lane with no lights on, you run up on it going 8. Boom! Oh, man, it caused a major accident. See, this is the type of stuff that the Invasionary Army is going to do. Sabotage the infrastructure. You tax the firemen. You tax the police officers. Just make it so busy to where they can't even rest. They can't do a good job. And then the government fighting against each other. And the citizens fighting against each other. We're not watching for Russia. We're not watching for China, Venezuela, or anybody else to come and invade us, North Korea. We're not watching for these planets or whatever else is going on. That's going to make it easy for them. Easy pickings. Shooting fish in a barrel. Keep your eyes open, guys. Stay ready to keep from getting ready. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. You know, I always say I might come back. And I might, if I feel like it. I mean, all the news is bad. I mean, it's not really bad. It's bad. But it's not to scare you, for you to get ready to wrap your. You first have to be able to wrap your mind around this stuff. I mean, there's a long way for somebody who's never heard this stuff and be like, oh, this ain't gonna happen, that ain't gonna happen. It's a long way for them to go from hearing it for the first time and then seeing the first event happen. Like I went into this. I went into this. I'm sorry. We're back. Okay, yeah, we're back. But I watched 9/11. This didn't come back. Okay, there we go. I watched 9/11. Well, at least I didn't see the first strike. I just got a call. I was actually asleep that morning. And my brother called me and said, "You see that? Turn it on." I turned it on the television and I saw the plane fly into the second building. Boom! Whoa. The whole day I was like in a fog. What really, what's going on? People scramble to try to find out the facts. I saw a Luke Radowski movie not too long after that. Loose Change. I think it was We Are Change, Loose Change. Alex Jones may have had something to do with it. Filled in all the loose ends, the puzzle, and it made my jaw drop even more. Right. It won't be long now. But after Loose Change, I changed. It wasn't just conjecture anymore. It wasn't just conspiracy or conspiracy theory. It was real. I knew that all the stuff that they had been writing in different books and different publications for all these years, predictive programming, trying to let us know, and by this year we'll be doing. It became real. They're not playing. They're gonna go through what they plan, come hell or high water. What you gonna do to stop it? That's up to you. But they're gonna go through with theirs. So I say that to say, my jaw is already hung to the floor before in awe, just in astonishment, like I can't believe it. So now I'm trying to wake people up to it. So I'm trying to say the things to push the right buttons and get them to get the head out the sand, open your eyes, open your ears. We're here. I'm telling you about this stuff now, but some people don't, like Thomas. Oh, I ain't gonna believe it till I see it. Okay, the caravan is on its way. You'll see it in a few days. All this other stuff that people keep telling you, you see it in the magazines, Army Times and everything else. Tech magazines, everything telling you, oh yeah, we got this, we can do this. All this ain't, all that ain't. Okay. And when you finally see it, you're gonna sit there for 10 hours just froze. Because you don't know what to do. And we're trying to get you to get your mind around it now. Because it's gonna come a time you're gonna have to move. Yeah, you ain't gonna have time to sit around and try to understand it then. You need to be trying to understand it now. Yeah. Anyway, guys. Again, I appreciate all my new subscribers, man. I love y'all, man. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing. Come up with a plan. Let's help each other. Yeah, he should. Because they're behind it. I mean, it's going to go down in history, man. Whoever staged the caravan, like I said, Mike Pence was down there to all them countries that these people are coming from. He talked to all them countries, man. So do you think they went against? Appreciate it, Mike Bennett. Appreciate it, brother. Hey, I think, so do you think Mike Pence, before I go, I found another video. Some guy was talking about a secret meeting. You know how we got the Federal Reserve, right? There was a Jekyll Island, a secret meeting between, it was a dark thing, and it didn't even pass Congress. You have to have the 3/5 majority. Oh, they voted during the Christmas break when wasn't even there, but we still got the Federal Reserve in 1913. Matter of fact, give me just a second. I'm gonna post this other link that I found. This guy's claiming he had some inside information about a meeting that took place while Trump was overseas talking to Theresa May. So maybe, and he said, I'm gonna just put it in here. One moment. right here. One moment, guys. One moment. Okay. One, two. Uh-oh. What the crap did I do here? Okay, right here. Okay. All right. I just put the third link down there about the secret meeting. And so this guy is saying that all the super rich, the uber rich, met. Now, none of them had a position in the federal government, but they were making plans on collapsing the economy, how to do it, and what to do next, the order in which to do it, and a number of other things. I wish the guy would have went into further detail. He didn't, but it was enough for me because I understand. I have the book. Where's my book? The Creature from Jekyll Island by G. Edward Griffin. Oh yeah, it's a good book. So I understand how those things can really happen. How these secret meetings and stuff mean something. They can break all the rules. You know, it's supposed to be a rule. All three-fifths have to approve it and all this. That's what you say. But when it comes down to it, man, this meeting could be, who knows what they're planning. We know what they're planning, but we just don't know. You know what I'm saying? We know, but we just don't know in full detail. Anyway, guys, keep your eyes open. Let me know if you hear anything, if you see anything. I'm going to continue to scour the news, pray for each other. Pray for me, I'll pray for you. We'll get through it. Plan to be around in 24 months. Plan to be around in 24 months. It may not happen by accident. Beyond Babbitt, this is your host, Brian Anthony, over and out.